Welcome to the Forex.Today YouTube channel. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for the likes and the comments that you leave every day. Appreciate it. My name is Wayne McDonald. Nice to meet you. I'm the Chief FX Market Strategist for Traders Way. I'm here to be your guide through this New York morning. We can cover technical analysis and fundamental analysis. I think mostly technicals. I think we're just bang through the text today. Do some dollar pairs, some yen pairs, some gold and oil. Call it a morning. These are pretty big days. So anyways, if you are benefiting from these webinars that I do Monday through Friday, then please visit tradersway.com and thank them by opening up a trading account. You can have a variable spread, you could have a VIX spread, you could have an ECN account, whatever you want. It's your way at Traders Way with Trader Wayne. Cool, so here's some beast working its way up. Pretty good week. You can see a pretty standard swing trading week. Blew through the weekly pivots, however. Still 2 weeks in a row of a good swing. New monthly pivots today. Makes me think we should move right over to peso. Where did we put it? I think we had it over here. Yeah. So we had an awkward move up yesterday. If things go well today, this should fall. But of course, it doesn't have to do anything. Sure is, Marina. How's it going, Marina? La 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 la. So yeah, so didn't get the move you wanted. There's still hope. Today is the day. First Friday of the month. I mean, literally, payday was yesterday or today. So we'll see if it works out. Queen of the pound, right on. Okay, euro dollar. Look at that's the big reaction to hitting the target. We talked yesterday about the potential for bulls getting back in. And they may have done it. We don't really know. Where's my drawing tool? But if you were a bull, you've likely already made your trade. There's the take profit, there's the re-entry, and there's the new move if you're a bull. Okay. Seems all very, very basic, very, very simple, very, very straightforward. That's what we talked about yesterday. Pachow, pachow, pachow. Very cool. So we'll see if it happens. We don't know if it's happening, but that's where now bulls are more interested in managing their stops than anything else. Okay, where will bears be, or where will bears challenge bulls? Probably in here. Okay, so bears, you should get ready. Later today, you'll probably have an op. And your target's down here. cash, money, cash, cash, money. Cool. So that's kind of interesting. You either had your shot already at the London Open, which is not that surprising, right? Or it's coming up at the New York Open, which also isn't that surprising. Very cool. Bringing it down. Pachow, pachow, pachow. Revisit back to our old support. Okay. If you want to be a bull in this, now's the time to wake up and smell the coffee. Remember, this says there's no trend, but there could be a range. This is the range. I'll never trade inside the range. A gauge. Okay. So if I think if I wanted to be a bull, I would be thinking something like this. Okay. Desperately in need of some stranger's hand. So we did beast. This is the better version of the ugly chart. Great opportunity if you're a bear, but I think you'd be very early as a bear. Bulls can't really do much, which actually gives the opportunity for the bears, right? I don't think it'd be a bad idea to take some money off the table. So this is oil. Oil! This move here was great. Look how awesome that is. That's why we drew this. Look how awesome that is. I have it behind me too. Just it's so straightforward. I mean, it's hot. It's sexy. That's so sexy. Okay. So now not in a good place to buy. Depends if you're a bear or not now. In fact, you know, I want to put this on the traditional template. Let's go back to WTI. It's not what I wanted. I mean, look at that. It's just so gorgeous, right? Here's the sell zone. Here's the target. It's gorgeous. It's even an M3 to M1 move. I mean, it's just perfect. So it just comes down to your bias. You have monthly and weekly permission to look for a double top here if you're a bear. You have the permission to put it together for sure. It's not necessarily the time. See, the time I don't know, Imad, but we know that's the price. Okay? But you might have lower risk even doing something like this, taking this trade, but you certainly have permission to consider it, and you can argue the price being a weekly and a monthly pivot and potentially a reversal pattern, right? Potentially a double top. So your first opportunity is to take the right shoulder. The second one is to take the 1, 2, 3. But that's the timing of it that's your decision, right? But you do have the right price. Okay. Was this the one I told you to leave it till it breaks and then trade the pullback? Is this the one? I don't know if anyone remembers. There was a currency pair where I'm like, look, there's no trend. It's not making up higher highs. It's not making lower lows. We're stuck in the middle between a range. So the best way to do it is let it break and trade the pullback. I had it going, it could be up, it could be down. Wayne, what FX commodity season? No. Well, the big one, of course, is Japanese yen repatriation for fiscal year end. That's the big one, Cash. Was it several weeks ago? Seems like yesterday. So I'm just wondering if, I think we were here, which gives you, permission for this one, gives you permission for that one. Hasn't really worked out that well because anyone that sold this, I mean, that's an easy sell, but the target is down here. And we haven't hit that, so just more sideways is what it makes me feel. And I feel like I just got home, and I feel, yeah, I could do that all day. Go back to the yen pairs. Weekly pivots, it's high, it's out of position. So there's only two things you can do in that scenario, and you should know them already. And I feel like I just got home. Feels so much nicer, huh? Yeah, that makes more sense. There you go. So once again, out of position. Real ugly. Ugly. So like when you set up this way, it makes me think of hard rally, hard crash. Wayne, can you tell me what swing trade, a swing, what makes a swing trade a swing? That you're in it for, let's say, at least 3 days. Typically, it's the trade of the week or the trade of the month. So if you're doing a TOTW or TOTM, they're swing trades. Okay. So anyways, big out of position trade. So stay away from now. So the big thing here, of course, is that it could do this. Pachow, pachow. But got the Swissy, buck 99, huh? Right on. That's what it tells me. It doesn't mean it's what's going to happen, but that's what it says. Could be a hard start to next week. So everything else is just kind of moving along, doing its thing. Up, 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 up. Drag across. There's your new buy zone. Down, down. New higher high. Drag this across. It's your new buy zone. Down, down. Buy. New high. Buy zone. New higher high. Eventually it's supposed to come down, but after this sort of consolidation, it may go higher before the drop, but we'll see. It shows me the same information that the euro yen does. It's bullish, it's out of position, sets us up for like we might be planning, right? We might be planning for yen strength. I fear I'm right. Look at that, even Kiwi's moving. At 20 minutes, Pharaoh? Why? Just trying to see if there's anything new. I think we've covered everything in days past. If you want to be a bear, it's setting up. So you want to look for the double top. If you want to be a bull, once again, you're kind of out of position. It looks like maybe you'll have a chance on Monday. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, just kind of looking at things, marking things. So like it's moving and you definitely could be trading it. I just don't find it as nice as I would like it, but definitely opportunities there. And I feel like I just got home. Yeah. R1, S1, R1, S1, R1, S1, up, R1, S1. Definitely trade plans here, but you know, someone that's traded probably euro dollar a million times. Like there's a bull area here, there's a bull area here, there's a bull area here, there's a bull area here. I mean, there's definitely trades, but many of these days end up being quite frustrating if you're day trading, like if you're taking 15-minute shots and stuff. If you're just buying and dropping a stop and taking a walk, that's probably the best way. So in this case, it's a day trade. Okay. And a lot of these day trades, you know, you can grow impatient very quickly if you're day trading and 2 or 3 days have gone by and still nothing's happened. But then you turn your head and cough, and then suddenly, boom, the market's moved, right? So again, all you had to do is have an upward bias, and you probably did pretty well. But even on the bearish side, right? You did nothing happened, nothing happened, nothing happened, nothing happened, knocked out, and that's that. So lots of patience is required. But again, I mean, right? Lack of trend tells you that that's likely to happen. Well, Gary, do you mean bullish for yen or do you mean bullish for yen pairs? So let's bust this out. Okay, so there's a little bit of direction. It's not as clear as one would hope. When you throw in monthlies, it makes a lot more sense. But let's say you are a bear on this. Right. So yeah, Gary, so I've talked about that for months and months and months and prepared everyone for that to happen. So it's one of these things like, yes, you don't trade it blindly, but you definitely prepare and be ready. Okay. But yeah, That's definitely been established. Okay. So anyways, let's try to get in here. If you were a bear on this, that means I'm bullish on oil. I'm bullish on macroeconomics. I'm more risk on than risk off, so on and so forth. So that makes me a bear on this pair. Now I got to look for selling opportunities. Here's a sell zone. Okay, these are counter trend trades if you want to try to do these. I mean, these are within reason. Okay, so there's all your counter trend trades. Let's look for more proper setups. No, well, sort of, maybe, right? You would have been in it from the day before. No, no, no. Yeah, there's one there. No, 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 no. Here's one. Cool. So over the course of whatever this is, a couple of weeks, there's one. There might be two in there, but let's call it 2, 3. Let's call that 4, 5, 6, and 7 opportunities out of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 days. Yeah, so every other day you get a half decent setup if you're a bear. Now you're going to get pretty decent you can see a lot of these trades take 8 to 12 hours to set up. Now this brings up an interesting point, right? Are you patient enough to set up your trades over the course of 8 to 12 hours? Well, macroeconomics requires the globe. You can't trade with yourself. Okay, you see that, guys? Just looking at this, that's how you day trade. Pick something that you have a bias on. Your bias doesn't even have to be right. It just has to be consistent. These dollar pairs are just terrible. Just pull up different types of charts. We did Euro Yen and we did Aussie Yen, but anyways. So how do you, once again, we know that there's monthly swing trades here. There are weekly swing trades. So to rehash a weekly swing trade, buying up, there's your buy zone, there's your buy zone, there's your buy zone. We didn't get one here. You got it early in the week, just didn't pan out. Okay. I mean, maybe you sat on it all week and got paid the next week. But you can see very consistently there are weekly opportunities. These are swing trades. You're in it for probably close to 10 days, 10 trading days. No, 10 calendar days. 9 calendar days. Right? Here again, you're in it for 10 calendar days. Here you're in it, a solid week, you're still in it. These are very straightforward swing trades. But with that in mind, can you add more as you make profit? And that's where you go into your day trading. Okay, buy zone, buy zone, buy zone. No, no, counter. No, 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 buy zone. No. Buy zone. Buy zone. This one dipped on us, but maybe you caught it. Buy zone, and out of position. So there were 3 or 4 buying opportunities using swing trading. Using day trading, there's 1, 2, 3. That one didn't work out very well, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nine pretty good, right? Some of these are pretty good. Some are mediocre, but most are pretty good. And on top of that, the weekly swings, there was no real monthly swing, if I recall, last month. NP says the fact we didn't make a lower low noteworthy. I wish I caught that earlier. I'm not sure where you're looking. Yeah, Sharif says, how many of those are London and New York sessions? Good question. I don't have it here. Why don't we do it this way? What should we do? So we can do it this way. And then, and I feel first of all, we'll isolate. It's going to isolate one dark cat key. Pacific. Okay. This is essentially London. Oh, let me add some more time. And I feel like I just got home. And I feel. So if all you did was enter your trades in London, you'd have something like this. You're a bull only, and you only buy in London. Yeah, no, it's not in London. Okay. Here's a big sideways move over several days. Multiple entries, I'm sure. You can see it's just roll reversal. Right? High, so you do the roll reversal. So I don't know how many you enter there, but it's all there. Okay. So that's just if you trade London session only. Pretty decent, right? Conrad, I don't trade anything off the 4-hour chart. Okay, if I'm assuming there's going to be a reversal, let's say a reversal at the bare minimum is a candle, right, and a candle. Okay, that's half a day. That's 12 hours. I'm not going to wait 12 hours to make a decision on, right, on a 4-hour chart. But the thing is, if I'm doing my job correctly, and I like to think I do, I already know that this area is support, and I would expect a reversal pattern here on a 4-hour. So that's incorporated in the trade plan. Then I drop into like a 15-minute chart. And then when I feel like it's ready, where everything's rolling over, then I drop into like a 5-minute chart. And I may enter this trade here on a 5-minute chart. I may enter this trade here on a 5-minute chart. I may enter this trade here on a 5-minute chart. Okay? Because remember, this whole time, I know where price is. I know the price in which I want to buy or sell. I just don't know the time. So that's why being at market opens is critically important, because very often that is the time. And then I use short-term technical analysis to confirm or deny the hypotheses. But the strategy, now pay attention to this, the strategy is still on a 4-hour chart or a daily chart. I don't go to weeklies. I feel that weeklies don't incorporate fundamental analysis. So anyways, so typically I do my strategy on a 4-hour. And once I've developed my strategy is I want to buy. There's the strategy. So now I have to like, what price do I want to buy, and at what time do I want to buy it? At what price do I want to pay, and what time do I want to buy it at that price? So time outside of price is still irrelevant, right? So this is tricky now. Now it's extremely bullish. This is actually trickier, because now I need a retracement. Very often it doesn't happen, right? Or it doesn't retrace enough because it's so bullish. That's why, even though you don't see it on this chart, I think we have a counter trend opportunity in the next 72 hours. Sure. To each his own, Sheriff. Remember, I traded the 1-minute chart exclusively for one entire year. I remember like the 5-minute after a while seemed so slow. Like imagine this is the price based on 4 hours. I'm like, yeah, at that price I want to sell because I'm a bear. Well, look, we're already there. So now on a 5-minute chart, I mean, it's pretty easy. And then you get in the experience that, you know, it's still going to double top here. Okay, well, you know, I'll sell it today and then I'll sell it again tomorrow. Today I'll make 50 pips. Tomorrow I'll make 150 pips. Cool. Right on. And you get better at the multiple time frame stuff, right? But you need to know trading fractal geometry. Okay. Is this being helpful, guys? No, Sheriff. It was a challenge I gave myself. Okay. I had 4 or 5 coaches working for me at that time, and I wanted to challenge myself as a trader and learn something new. And I realized I didn't know anything about trading a 1-minute chart. So I took a year and I taught myself. So that's all. It's just hard work. Oh, right on, guys. Cool. So do we have thumbs up thingies going right now? Cool. Very helpful. Cool. Right on. Yeah, I don't know, right? So. Yeah, Peter, the thing that I learned is like it follows the logic of price action and technical analysis. But the thing that it reinforced the most after doing this is that I would use this 4-hour chart to set up all my, right? And let's say we get down near this this 5 EMA or the top of these real bodies or something. Then I drop into my 1-minute chart and I just go ape shit. Trade, 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 trade. But it was still the same logic. I was still trading the 4-hour chart. Now, a true scalper doesn't care. They have no bias, right? Traditionally, a scalper has no bias. So what that means is they're supposed to be so smart that they sell and then they buy and then they sell and they buy. Now, the reality of it is that the techniques they're using are lagging. So they're actually selling here and taking profit here, right? And then not only do they take profit, they go long here, and then they take profit and sell, and then they take profit, right? And they're only picking up, at best, half the moves. And it's only moving 20, 25, maybe 20, maybe less than 20 pips, right? So they're really, on the long run, they're really only picking up like 7 out of 21 pips, right? Because they're just, I've analyzed a lot of traders. I haven't seen anyone, they're so hardcore. They always stop and reverse at support and resistance and stuff. They give up a third, they give up a third, and at best, they pick up 1/3 and they give up 2/3. Now, what typically happens though is then after about 10 trades, then they go do something really stupid. And they get, so even after 10 trades, let's say they made 70 pips, then they'll have one minus 70 pip trade, and they just wasted the whole entire day. It's very, very common. And I think what's happening is each trade, you're picking up a little here and a little there, and you get loosey-goosey mentally because you're making a lot of these quick little trades, and then you start to make mistakes. And it catches you really quickly because you're always on the razor's edge. You know what I mean? So what I would do is I would create a bias. I would start on the 4-hour and I create a strategy. Have you ever heard of this? And then I drop into a small time frame, even a 1-minute, let's say. And now I'm all tactics in my actions of carrying out the strategy. So I wrote a book called Strategic and Tactical. Strategic and Tactical Trade, Forex Trading, right? Anyways. I swear to God, there's something funny too. So I wrote that book, and then a few years later, I hired a coach, and he worked for me for, I don't know, 3 years, I think. Good guy. And then he went out on his own and started his own trading firm. He was making a trading robot, I think, something like that. Anyways, and then he, in his description of his company, he's like, I have this radical new idea where you combine strategy with tactics. And I'm like, wow. Like, that's the name of my book. He was a trader with me, a coach with me for 3 years, but he was also a trader with me for 5 years. I'm like, I wonder where you got that idea. I wonder where you got the idea. It was just funny. I just couldn't believe it, right? And the funny thing is, I think he just didn't even know, which is even more remarkable. But, you know, life's complicated. So Peter says, so I guess I'm only entering, not scalping. So that's how I've described my scalping in the past, where I scalp into my spots and my swings. I scalp into a spot, a swing, or a carry. Although we don't really have carry trades anymore. But do you guys remember talking about the lira and yeah, I think it was just lira. 2 mini lots when we talked about it take $100 each. I think we talked about euro, lira, and dollar lira. Okay, to place those trades, you need $100 in cash to take each mini trade. If you had done that, now first of all the market collapsed, but let's just pretend the market didn't collapse. Okay, let's just say nothing happened pip-wise. It's been flat ever since. You would have collected $450 in interest payments already. Did you know that? What was that, 6 or 7 months ago? You invested $200. You've already collected $450. It's in the bank. Oh, the alerts. You know what I forgot? Let me do something for you. I spoke with some friends yesterday. I don't know where it is anymore. Hang on, I got homework and everything in the background. I'm running Trade the News is what it is. Hang on. Hang on, let's do it this way. I gotta turn my drawing tool off. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. And there it is.
.6%.
Okay, hang on. I gotta bring all of this back now. Hang on. Hang on. Gee whiz, this is complicated. Sucks only having 2 screens, man. I'm telling you. All right. So I've been using Trade the News for, I don't know, 12 years or something? Maybe longer? Let's see. My kids were being born. So, yeah, I guess almost 13 years. So there's the numbers. miss expected. Well, trading a binary is exactly the same as trading a spot trade. But there are some serious flaws in binary options. So I did a video on the Trader's Way YouTube channel about how to use binary options to hedge, which makes sense. Okay. So you use it for insurance on your spot trade is how I explained it. So you'll have to Google it or YouTube it. How to Wayne McDonald binary options hedging or something. But think of the upside to Forex. 100 to 50 to 1, 100 to 1, 200 to 1 leverage, depending on your situation. Not going to get that in binaries. And then what is the number one necessary requirement to becoming filthy, stinking rich trading Forex? What's the one thing you have to do? Anyone want to make a comment on that? What's the thing you're going to have to do to get filthy, stinking rich in Forex? Besides starting with lots of money. Anybody? Bueller? Bueller? Letting your, winners run. Yeah. You cannot, by definition, do that with a binary. Right? What does a binary typically pay? You risk $100, and if you're right, what do? You make 80? Something like that? Like you can never, okay? Manage risk, no, because binaries manage risk. You know what the risk is. You can't lose more than you bet. Okay? But you're going to have to let your winners run. Yeah, but way, way more important than proper risk management. I mean, that's like saying, so what is the most important thing about driving a car safely? And you're like, not smashing into other cars. Yes. Okay. Yes, don't smash into other cars. You're correct. But, you know, there are other sort of, I mean, that's so obvious, right? But yeah, don't drink and drive. You probably should wear a seatbelt, you know, that kind of stuff. Keep your eyes on the road. But yeah, sure. Also, don't blow up your trading account by throwing a whole bunch of losing trades on and never getting out. Well, yeah, that goes without saying. And of course, a professional trader does that too, right? And so, like, you have awesome risk management with a binary. You're only going to lose that much. Whatever you bet that's the maximum loss. So you have awesome risk management, but you can lose all your money. But you also don't have the ability to get filthy, stinking rich either, right? So yes, proper risk management, right, MP, is good. But you can have proper risk management with binary options, lose all your money, and never have a chance to get filthy, stinking rich, whatever that means, right? So with Forex, yes, okay, don't blow up your trading account by taking massive losses on stupid trades. Goes without saying. But barring that, right? Now what? Once you get past the, you know, bleeding to death thing, yeah, then with proper trading skills, yeah, you still need to let your winners run. You have to. Otherwise, you'll just never make big money. Yeah, Emil, what is a lot of money? Yeah. Well, that's all relative, right? Yes, and that's the other one. Conrad brings up a great point. In Forex, you also earn interest. So like I just said, those 2 lira trades, right? $200 invested have now paid $450 in interest. And it's only been like, I don't know, I'm guessing 6 months or something. I don't know. It could be 7 or 8 months. I don't know. But $450, it's pretty good, right? Right? Imagine you risk 200 million. You'd still have your 200 million, right? And you would have collected that much in, right? Just in interest. But of course, if you're in it for that long, this trade should be ridiculously profitable too. And now, of course, that's how you get filthy stinking rich. Where a binary is never going to pay you interest. You're never going to let your winners run. So if anything, Google it or YouTube it. Let me just see if I can. Hang on. Let's just see if I can quickly find it. YouTube. Okay. And I feel just like I just got home. And come on, YouTube. Come on. There we go. Wayne. Oh, what is going on? It's having a heart attack. Wayne Binary. I'm just telling you, it's freaking out. What is going on? I don't know what's going on. So slow. My God, I guess because of the webinar. Wayne Binary Options Hedge. Hedging, no, that's fundamental technical analysis. New. I wonder if this one does it. I thought there's one specifically. I don't see anything about binaries. Look at all these old ones, huh? 3 years ago. And I feel. How to trade gaps. How to hedge with binary options, Trader's Way. Nah, stupid YouTube. Maybe how to hedge cash positions with binary option rules. Found it. All right, good morning, everybody. Let's start this party, huh? It's March 11th. I think it's a Wednesday already, huh? March 11th, 2015. This is your daily Forex strategy session. My name is Wayne McDonald. I'm the... Wow, sounds a lot like today's webinar. Anyways, I'll pop it in there. Beep! Any I get a question about naked charts. Love naked charts. There's this type of naked chart, but it's not quite enough information for me. So I like this. I could trade naked on this all night long. Look at that. Just gorgeous. It's all I need. Everything else is just helpful. Yeah, Peter, well, all in time. Or we're just in a lost decade. So anyways. So those are the naked charts. You can see you could easily be trading with this. Double bottom, right? Up, down, buy, up, down, buy, up, down, buy, up, up, and then probably sell, sell, sell. Cool. Ed, you mean the ones that Kurt Worley produced 10 years ago? Well, he's a senior data scientist for some big firm now. Ugh. So anyways, let's call it a day. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Please remember to click the Forex.Today logo to subscribe. Please like, please comment, and I will see you tomorrow. And if you're in my swing trading group, guys, I want to meet earlier today. I got a couple of things I need to do that I don't usually do, so let's see if we can get together earlier.